have state standards.
Testing.
All right,
Ready?
go.
Okay, hola,
Hola.
buenos dias. So, I really like your bracelet. You could buy it. I have $1. Maybe 3? What do you think? What would you sell it for? $7? How about 5?
6.
$6 for that braces? Okay, ganga. What a good deal. All right, so today we're going to be talking about this word, regatear. Regatear es un intercambio de bienes. Tony, ¿qué significa regatear? ¿Sabes? Un intercambio de cosas. Un intercambio.
In English?
Trading. Bartering. Bartering or haggling. Sometimes people say haggling. Regatear. Okay. Heidi, can you read the learning target for today?
I can brainstorm, write, and collaborate to complete a think, puzzle, explore, routine.
Okay, hard to read. So what does collaborate mean? Who can tell me what collaborate means? What was that?
Partner up.
To partner up?
Discuss.
To discuss? Any other word? Work together? Okay, so today we're going to be working as a team to brainstorm, write, and collaborate to using a think, puzzle, and explore routine, which I will explain. So in front of you, you all have a pink piece of paper. I'd like you to get out a writing utensil, and I am going to give you 3 minutes to brainstorm everything that you think you know about bartering. ¿Qué piensas que sabes? What do you think that you know about bartering, about regatear? Okay? What are your questions for this stage?
In English?
In English. So just write down everything however you feel you best can do this. Are you ready? Go ahead. You can think, brainstorm, everything that you think that you know about bartering. Regatear.
What age are we?
What was that?
How old are we? Oh, 6th grade.
Oh, you're in high school.
Okay.
You're in middle school. If you finish early, you can go ahead and put your pencils down. You can have 1 more minute if you need it. All right, I would like us all to share some of our thoughts, and then you are going to actually be handing me your pink piece of paper, your papel del color rosado, so that we can make a list up here on the board that we can actually see. So let's start with Kurt. What are some of the things you think you know
Bartering.
about bartering, about this word, regatear?
Regatear.
What is regatear?
Regateado. Barter.
To barter is regatear, and actually, like, the system of bartering is called trueque. Trueque. Some people say hacer trueques instead of regatear. So, but today we're using this term, regatear. So what do you think that you know?
I wrote down, don't try it with grandpa.
Don't try with grandpa. Why?
Because he always gets the best deal.
Okay. What
Or
else?
you can't talk him down.
You can. Your grandpa?
Yeah, you can't talk him down.
Okay. He's good. He's got some strong bartering skills.
Yeah.
Okay. What else do you think that you know?
But I wrote down the silk route.
Okay.
Imagine there's lots of bartering, I don't know, black market, flea market,
Okay.
used car salesman.
Okay. Tony?
Put yard sales, and then it's for lowering prices, or you can trade and barter, you can, like 6 fur pellets, for like a chainsaw, and you can't use it at like Walmart.
Okay. Okay, good.
I said just like, it's always an attempt to exchange at an agreeable price.
Okay.
But normally, each person is kind of aggressively and forcefully pushing for the cheapest or like best deal when you're trying to get a deal from someone.
Okay. Do you have experience bartering yourself?
Yes.
Where?
Africa.
Africa. Bartering in Africa. Very good. Heidi?
So I put pushy people in the Mexican markets, spending money and buying cheap products is usually
Okay.
my experience.
And where does your experience come from?
In Mexico.
Mexico. Okay.
I have exchange of money, trading services, negotiating with people. This might happen more in other countries than in the US.
Okay.
I like the yard sale. I was like, yard sales are a lot like that.
And do you have any experience with bartering?
Well, we do a little bit. We're just doing it. We exchanged some lamb that we had, and we traded it for yoga
Oh,
in Vegas. That was fun.
lamb for yoga.
Lamb for yoga.
Very good. Okay, so we have a little bit of a foundation with bartering. It sounds like from all, do you, either of you have experience bartering?
All the time.
All the time?
That, all those things I wrote,
You honestly,
that's the flea market. But yeah, and the spice trail, and the silk trail, lots of experience there.
So the next thing that we're going to be doing, we're going to be working at our tables to explore, to preguntar. You're out of order. So here you have some yellow pieces of paper. The next thing I want you to do is to think about what preguntas que tienen. ¿Qué preguntas que tienen? What questions or puzzles do you have? And what I would like you all to do is, since there's only 2 of you, make these big, so not a list. We want to be able to read them, okay? ¿Qué preguntas tienen? What puzzles do you have about bartering? So talk amongst yourselves. I'd like you each to come up with at least 1. If not 2, you have 2 minutes. Do you have, what questions do you have?
Clarify puzzle.
Puzzles,
Is that the
all right,
same
so here's an
question,
example.
or is it-
I am curious if any skills used in bartering are transferable to other areas in life. That's something that puzzles me about bartering, that I would like to find out. So I wrote that down on a piece of paper, and I'm putting it under preguntar, which means to question. Does that clarify? Okay. Go ahead, talk amongst yourselves, don't just work alone. Bounce these questions off at each other.
Is there any area in the world where it is strictly just, this is like the only way you can, it's just by trading, kind of bargaining.
I was thinking, like, there's some countries.
What questions do you have?
Cultures that.
What questions do you have about bartering?
own countries that
How do you say?
I feel like there definitely is, and it's what.
Vale, vale, or valor,
Countries or
is
cultures.
value,
So
so.
be,
Primarily,
And it-
Ujú. ¿Qué valor tienen
It
las
must be like,
cosas?
why?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Why do those countries
This
have?
method of exchange, why?
¿Qué valores?
Okay, let's bring something for you guys.
That was fun.
What do you think,
You got
Tony?
yours done.
Talk amongst yourselves, help each other out. Anything, what questions do you have?
Maybe
I
like,
have so many questions.
do you use to, like,
Be a good bargaining.
yeah,
How do you barter?
what techniques are best used to get it onto your side?
It is different, because I think
Techniques
we're
or
just,
phrases.
Very good.
because we're just so used to just walking in and going, oh, that's good.
Yeah, the upside down question.
Okay, finish what you're writing, and then we're gonna come back together. Very curious to know your questions. And this isn't a test, there is no right or wrong answer. We are just trying to figure out what we think we know, what we might want to explore.
Okay, so this
Nice,
is,
good.
this is actually when we do review, it's Tuesday.
It says on the Canvas
Canvas,
site
though,
that
it's
it's
different.
due,
So it's like,
that our
it
final
is a rough
is
draft,
due.
probably gonna, final.
Oh, but maybe, yeah, maybe we'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because it says. peer
let's
review.
come back to this. I'd like to, let's state our questions. Heidi, would you like to start?
Yes.
What question did you write down? What pregunta?
What techniques do you use to be a good barterer?
What techniques do you use? Basic skills involved, okay? Heidi, or Jesse, excuse me.
What countries or cultures primarily utilize this method of exchange and why?
Very good. We're going to be looking at primarily Latin America, but we will also kind of look across the globe about this.
How do other countries barter compared to us?
How do other countries barter compared to us?
What policies or cultural shift happened in the United States to switch from barter to fixed pricing?
Ooh, very good question. Okay, Kurt,
How do we know how much things are worth?
how do we know how much? Did you write that in Spanish? Can I hear your question in español?
¿Cómo sabemos qué valores tienen las cosas?
Muy bien, muy bien. ¿Qué más?
And then I wrote, who uses bartering now?
Who uses bartering now? Okay, so for our last part of this, so we have some good questions here. Ahora vamos a explorar. Okay, so now we're going to think about ways that we can explore bartering. So what I would like you to think about, using this blue piece of paper, papel del color azul, I would like us, as they come up, let's talk as a class. What are some authentic sources that we could use to find out, to explore some of our preguntas, some of our questions that we just asked? What are some sources? Where could we go?
Maestro, el español.
La maestra de español. She thinks that I have the answer. Posiblemente. Posiblemente. I might have some, but I definitely have a lot of questions as well. What else? Who else? Where could we go to explore?
Google Scholar.
Google
Yes.
Scholar. Okay, so write Google Scholar down. If we looked on Google Scholar, how might we phrase our wording?
Better be